All right, welcome back, COSA 1 and 601, folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. And I know I am late in getting to the live chat. I try to do these videos in one take, but, I don't have a whole editing crew behind me. And, I forget to say something. So, I'm having to do multiple takes. This is all you get right here. There's no fancy editing crew and all that. So, again, thank you for your patience. If you've been hanging out in the live chat, I will be there until noon Pacific time today. And if you need to see me in person, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., come on by the COS Computer Lab in M229. Now, if you can believe it, we're just about halfway done with COSA 1 and 601. Time flies in here, and that's why it's also important that you're not leaving points on the table and you're staying caught up in the class. Okay, I know it's a one-unit course, but again, things move very quickly in here. So let's make sure that we are staying caught up. Now, week 5 is going to be a little bit different from what you've been seeing. So we'll get to that in a moment. But first, I have a couple of housekeeping items. So let's go ahead and start here in Canvas. And we'll begin with this update about the COS Computer Lab spring hours. You can see that for LAC M229, the lab will be open Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you need that extra time to come to campus, you have that. Now, if you're taking other COS courses and you need to take a certification exam, unfortunately, you will not be able to do that on Saturdays. Okay, so if it's the IC3, the MOS, or any of the other exams offered in COS, you'll have to show up on weekdays. Also, if you are working from home, okay, here's my Windows 11 virtual machine here. If you are working from home, you need to make sure that you have Microsoft 365 installed. And also, if you're using OneDrive, make sure that you're signed in to your LBCC Microsoft 365 account. That's the one that you see in the syllabus. That's your student ID number at lbcc.edu. And you can see here that I have the office.com page open. And to install Microsoft 365 on your home system, you'll see that the buttons are a little bit different from what you've seen in the syllabus instructions and in a past video I recorded. You basically go to install Microsoft 365 apps and then click on install Office, and then you just follow the rest from there. So again, you need to make sure that you actually have Microsoft 365 installed on your system. Office Online, the one you do through your web browser, it's not the same thing. I know some people have argued with me in the past that, well, I still got full credit, but you're taking that risk. Okay, so make sure that if you're working from home, you have Microsoft 365 installed. Now, if you're on a Mac, sorry, you're on your own. And if you have a Chromebook, you need to find a way to get your hands on a Windows system. Now, with those extended hours for the COS Computer Lab and M229, that might be your ticket right there. Okay, but again, let's make sure that we are staying caught up in the class. Excel has a bit of a learning curve, and you want to make sure that you're devoting the extra time as needed so that you understand the concepts. Okay. Getting back to Canvas here. So here we go. Week 5. This opens up on Monday at midnight. Now, you'll see that there are 3 chapters covered here on formulas. That's chapter 3. Worksheets, large worksheets for that matter. And then charts and data. That's chapter 5. Okay. Now, you'll see that for chapter 3, there's only a training sim. There's no project. And then you'll see a training sim for chapters 4 and 5 combined. Should be pretty easy to figure out which chapter is which, because chapter 5 is all about charts and data. And then you'll see there's a project for chapter 4, and then finally you have a quiz that covers only chapters 3 and 4. So online, folks, you know the drill. Please don't leave points on the table, especially with these training sims. Okay, remember with training sims, they have to be turned in on time, and you can't go back for late credit. So it's crucial that you devote whatever time you need to get through these training sims. Okay, face-to-face, folks. Since there's no project to go over on Monday, what we will do instead is walk through chapter 3 together in class. Now, you've seen some formulas in the first two chapters. You've seen the sum function, but now we're going to expand things a bit. We'll talk about some other functions you need to know. So again, make sure you show up to class. We'll walk through the chapter 3 training sim together. That way, you also know that you're getting points on the scoreboard, and I know so that I don't have to remind you. So that's the game plan for Monday for the face-to-face folks. Again, we'll go through the chapter 3 training sim together, and then in your downtime, work on your chapter 4 and 5 training. I don't expect you to finish all of it by the end of Monday. And then for Wednesday, we will do SR 4.1. And then in your downtime, finish the training sim. And then you also have your quiz. Remember, whatever you don't finish in class becomes homework. And then again, online folks, you're just basically going through, knocking out the assignments. By the way, I haven't really mentioned these discussion threads. You have optional discussion threads on Word, Excel, and then you're going to see it again with PowerPoint. I know the online folks have been pretty active in those threads, so thank you for that. That's a great way to build community because, you know, in an asynchronous environment where people are coming and going, you know, it's real easy to feel isolated in the class. And, you know, you do have your lifelines, but when you're interacting with your peers, you know, you're building community in there. And I know in the past, you know, there's been friendships that have been forged in my online classes. So it's great to see that activity. I do read your posts. You know, I might not reply to every single one, but I do read your posts. I'll chime in from time to time. So, you know, thank you. Keep that going. And with that said, enjoy your weekend. Take care of yourselves out there. Face-to-face folks, I'll see you on Monday. Online folks, I'll see you around. And now off to the live chat.